Just to set my personal record straight, business is business. Sometimes you have to do hard things and sacrifice for the sake of helping your family. I have known this unbelievable athlete since he's 19 years old, and what we saw was him giving one of the great Oscar-winning performances of all time. Please, Jake, be grateful. He spared your life, trust me. Keep punching Mike. There will never be a man like you, a gladiator like you, and a soul like you. Keep punching champion of champions. I remember once I bumped into him and thought I was hit by runaway bulldozer.
Friday night.
Oh, I think Jake's in a lot of trouble.
Tyson, despite facing criticism for his recent fight with Jake Paul, continues to prove that his name stands for greatness in the boxing world. Stallone's message served as a much-needed reminder of Tyson's unmatched place in sports history. Stallone wasn't just speaking as a fan. His words came from someone who understands resilience, discipline, and the sacrifices that come with being in the spotlight. At 58 years old, Tyson's decision to step into the ring again was not about proving anything to anyone but himself. Stallone recognized this and reminded Tyson and the world that what he accomplished deserves admiration, not doubt.
As far as the fans, I'm sure it's a letdown for them, but business-wise, great.
You almost have to kind of respect it from that element in that. Like, I mean,
How can you not? How can you not, mate? Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone's making that level of money and not walking out with a scratch on them, you've done something right, mate. It's not only me that can do it, eh? I've fought the two best of them and not come out with a black eye, and he's done the same. Even worse, actually. He's secured the bag.
big time.
Big time.
To be
But
fair.
well, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 15 minutes fighting.
What makes Stallone's words even more meaningful is their timeliness. As the backlash surrounding the fight grew louder, Stallone reminded everyone of the respect Tyson has earned over decades. Critics might argue over the technicalities of the match, but they cannot erase the legacy Tyson has built, one marked by hard work, iconic performances, and a unique ability to inspire. For Tyson, this fight was about more than winning or losing. It was a demonstration of his unwavering commitment to the sport. Few athletes in any field would have the courage to perform on such a global stage at 58. Stallone's support didn't just praise Tyson's physical feats, it honored the mindset and determination that make him a legend. As critics continued to dissect Tyson's performance, Stallone's words remind everyone that respect is earned over years, not moments. Tyson may face backlash, but his impact on boxing and the admiration of those like Stallone remains unshaken. Tyson doesn't need validation from detractors. His legacy speaks louder than any punch thrown in a single match.
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul was the worst fight I have ever watched, and I live in Frankston. I've seen domestics at the train station that were more thrilling than that. Dude, Mike Tyson was moving like Joe Biden walking through the sand at the beach.
At 58 years old, Mike Tyson did something few could even consider. He went 8 rounds in a boxing match. This wasn't an easy exhibition or a nostalgia trip. It was Tyson stepping back into the ring and showing that age doesn't erase determination or grit. Despite the noise from critics, people like Sylvester Stallone and many others applauded him for proving he still has the heart of a fighter. While the fight itself raised questions in some circles, for many, the focus wasn't on the technicalities, but on the simple fact that Tyson was there, competing. His courage to face such a physically taxing event at his age is something that doesn't happen often in professional sports. Stallone wasn't alone in his praise. Others saw the fight as a celebration of Tyson's enduring legacy and spirit. Even with mixed opinions swirling, one thing remained clear. Tyson had once again managed to make himself the center of attention in the boxing world. He didn't have to do it, but he chose to, because for him, it was about more than the fight. It was about proving, not to others, but to himself, that the fighter in him is still very much alive.
Paul was throwing jabs like an aged care worker at a government-funded facility. And Mike was just getting hit in the head, chewing on his gloves like a pit bull, chewing on a toddler. Terrible. The only winner of this is Netflix, and the loser is not Mike Tyson, it's all of us who watched it. Hit follow. Talk tomorrow.
The fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul quickly became a topic of heated debate, with many pointing fingers at how the match played out. Among the loudest voices was Terrence Crawford, an active champion who criticized Tyson for not throwing more than 100 punches throughout the 8 rounds. Crawford openly questioned why Tyson was being celebrated, suggesting that the applause wasn't entirely deserved. Adding fuel to the fire were clips that surfaced online, showing Tyson seemingly holding back after the second round. In these moments, viewers noticed that that Tyson appeared to pull his punches, leading to speculation about an unspoken agreement between him and Jake Paul to avoid knockouts. These rumors sparked widespread discussions, with many questioning whether the fight was rigged to create entertainment rather than true competition.
Great. Hit and don't get hit. Can't beat it. Keep that weight forward.
The backlash didn't just come from fans. Critics within the boxing world began dissecting Tyson's movements, analyzing every step and punch. The idea of a prearranged outcome between the two fighters gained traction, especially as the clips circulated more widely. Some suggested it was a staged fight designed to protect both athletes' reputations and keep things lighthearted. Despite the allegations, others defended Tyson. They argued that this wasn't about winning or losing. It was an exhibition meant to showcase skills and bring entertainment, not necessarily brute competition. For many, Tyson's presence in the ring and his ability to go the distance at his age were reason enough to applaud. The claims of rigging, however, cast a shadow over what could have been a triumphant moment for Tyson. Fans who watched closely debated whether his reserved punches were intentional or simply part of a larger strategy. The divide between critics and supporters became yet another layer to an already controversial event, keeping the spotlight firmly fixed on Tyson, whether for praise or scrutiny.
We're seeing fighters. I've seen Roy Jones knock folks out, but step back and ask the referee, come on, man, stop. You gotta stop this. You know what I'm saying? I've seen plenty of fighters do that. And I'm saying that that is what I saw Friday night. It was, I did not want to see. I was praying that Mike Tyson didn't get hurt. I was praying that he didn't get knocked out. I didn't want to see that. And I think that Jake Paul, there was something inside of Jake Paul that said, you know what? I don't want to do this either. And oh, by the way, it would make me look really, really bad to hurt this man.
One undeniable outcome of the fight was the financial reward Mike Tyson walked away with. Reports indicated he earned a staggering $20 million from the event. For someone who hadn't been in the ring professionally for years, this was a monumental payday. It wasn't just about the fight itself. The event brought in massive pay-per-view sales, ticket revenue, and sponsorship deals, all contributing to Tyson's earnings. Following the fight, Tyson took to Twitter to make a major announcement his official retirement. While this match reignited his presence in the boxing world, he made it clear that this was the last time he would step into the ring as a competitor. This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in ring one last time. This financial windfall didn't just secure Tyson's future, it also demonstrated his continued star power. Even after decades in the sport, his ability to attract global attention and generate massive profits proved that his name still carried immense value. Fans may have been divided over the fight itself, but few could deny that Tyson had successfully capitalized on his legacy one final time.
Is it true you made $90 million from this fight?
No, who said that?
Is it true that you made $170 million from this fight?
That's not true. I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever. But
what are you gonna buy with the money?
probably a ranch.
Whoa.
Like a big piece of...
For Tyson, this fight wasn't just a payday, it was a strategic move to close out his career on his terms. With his financial future now solidified and his retirement confirmed, Tyson has set himself up for the next phase of his life. Whether fans agreed with how the fight unfolded or not, Tyson ensured that he left the sport with a lasting impression and a fitting farewell. Mike Tyson's fight with Jake Paul wasn't just another event in boxing, it was a financial triumph that secured Tyson's legacy in more ways than it. With an estimated $20 million earned from the fight, Tyson showed the world that his name still commands a significant draw, even decades after his prime. The fight wasn't about proving he could dominate the ring, it was a calculated move to close out his career while securing his financial stability for the future. The $20 million figure wasn't just about what Tyson brought to the ring, it was a reflection of his ability to still captivate audiences globally. Pay-per-view sales hit impressive numbers, with millions tuning in to watch one of boxing's most iconic figures step into the ring once more. Sponsorship deals and ticket revenue further added to the fight's financial success. Tyson's participation alone elevated the event from being just another exhibition to one of the most talked about fights of the year.
2-minute rounds. Jake Paul apparently is getting $40 million. Mike Tyson only getting $20 million. I'm shocked at that. The most famous boxer alive is getting a smaller piece of the pie. I mean, they're the reported figures, but I hope...
The financial outcome of the fight also sent a message to the boxing world. Legacy matters. Tyson didn't need to prove himself as an active fighter anymore. He had already done that in his prime. What he did prove was that boxing is as much about storytelling and connection as it is about punches and knockouts. Fans tuned in not to see if Tyson would win or lose, but to witness a legend make history one last time. Tyson walked away not only with millions in earnings, but also with the satisfaction of knowing he left on his terms. His ability to turn his career into a lasting source of value is something few athletes achieve, and it cements his place not just as a great boxer, but as a master of navigating his legacy. Tyson's retirement might mark the end of his time in the ring, but his presence and influence will continue to shape boxing for years to come. The backlash Mike Tyson faced after his fight with Jake Paul caught the attention of many, but a large part of it felt unjustified. Critics pointed to his age, his performance, and even his strategy during the fight. What they seemed to ignore was the incredible achievement of a 58-year-old stepping into the ring and lasting 8 rounds. This isn't something anyone can do, no matter how much training they undergo.
All right, fighters, I want a nice and clean fight. Make sure to protect your face at all times. Keep your hands up, keep your chin down, and you guys can go ahead and touch gloves, and let's get this fight going, baby.
The physical condition Tyson reached at his age was nothing short of remarkable. He didn't just show up, he prepared intensely, transforming himself into a version of his past self that amazed fans and athletes alike. While it's easy for critics to nitpick from the sidelines, the reality is that few, if any, could come close to what Tyson accomplished that night. Much of the criticism revolved around Tyson's supposed lack of aggression during the fight. Some argued that he didn't deliver enough punches or show the dominance he was once known for, but others defended him, pointing out that the fight wasn't meant to be a traditional competitive match. It was an exhibition, a showcase of skill and sportsmanship, not a battle for titles or rankings. The backlash also ignored the unique challenges Tyson faced. Preparing for a fight at his age isn't just about physical training, it's about overcoming mental barriers and enduring a level of scrutiny that younger fighters don't always experience. Tyson didn't shy away from these challenges. He embraced the opportunity to prove to himself and his fans that he could still perform at a high level.
He's such a big commodity. He sells tickets, he puts bums on seats, people are interested. Netflix, 30 million, come on. 74,000 now at the AT&T, not quite 80,000, is it? He's not there yet. He's getting there, but he's not quite there. He doesn't do the big crowds, does he? But he pulls in the old Bunsen burner, doesn't he, Jake Paul? So I don't think he'll hang his gloves up. There'll be a plan for Jake Paul. But I tell you what, my mobile phone won't be ringing, will it? They won't be sending me an email. They won't be contacting my agent to get a fight because they know. I ain't calling him out, I'm just letting you know that he knows, that I fucking know. If I went in there with Jake Paul, it would be an absolute mismatch. 1 round demolition job. I'd even tie one arm behind my back. And just imagine, one arm behind my back, just lining him up with his right hand and eventually levering him with a big uppercut, a big overhand dirty stinker. Put him in the El Sparko position like he's been tasered.
Fans who supported Tyson pointed out that his performance wasn't just about punches or points. It was about heart. To see someone his age go through months of intense preparation and still have the courage to step into the ring spoke volumes about his character. Tyson has always been a fighter, not just in boxing, but in life. This fight was no different. Another point often missed by critics is how Tyson's presence elevated the event itself. It wasn't Jake Paul who filled the seats or drew the pay-per-view numbers. It was Tyson. His name alone brought in viewers from around the world, and his participation turned a standard exhibition match into a major event. That kind of influence is rare and deserves recognition. The criticism also overshadowed the inspiration Tyson provided to fans worldwide. Watching him fight wasn't about seeing him win or lose. It was about seeing him try. For many, it was a reminder that age doesn't have to limit what you can do. Tyson's dedication to his craft at 58 set an example for anyone facing doubts or limitations in their own lives.
That all he wants to do if he steps foot into a ring is you know, and he couldn't do it. But also, I understand that there's a lot of respect there and they're really close family friends and so on. And Jake Paul was also holding back as well, because I also feel like they both were so aware of how weird that this fight was that they both couldn't really do what they would do in another fight. And also, I just feel like Jake Paul, I understand that he's a master marketer and he's a great promoter, probably one of the best at the moment. However, I just think he needs to get in the boxing ring with a proper boxer. Stop calling out these people that are just either geriatric or has-beens or UFC fighters. Not that Mike is a has-been by any means, by the way.
While Mike Tyson's fight stirred debates, Jake Paul's next move has become a hot topic in combat sports. Talks of a potential match between Jake Paul and Conor McGregor are already creating buzz. Such a matchup would bring together two polarizing figures from different disciplines, drawing massive attention from fans and critics alike. Adding to the excitement is the possibility of pairing this fight with a co-main event featuring Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor in their third bout. Their previous fights were nothing short of electric, with the most recent ending in controversy as many believed Serrano deserved the win. A rematch alongside Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor would guarantee a historic night for combat sports, blending boxing and MMA fans under one card. Jake Paul has shown an ability to stir interest regardless of whom he faces. However, stepping into the ring with someone like McGregor could push his career to a new level. The potential for a record-breaking event is undeniable, especially with the drama and history each fighter brings to the table.
Jackass.
Tyson's presence wasn't just about nostalgia, it was about what he symbolizes in the sport. For millions, he remains one of the greatest boxers of all time. The fight didn't change that it reminded people why he's still celebrated. Fans will remember Tyson for his impact on boxing history, not for a single exhibition match. Sylvester Stallone's vocal support further cemented Tyson's legacy. By stepping into the ring one last time, Tyson proved that greatness doesn't fade with age. The applause, the crowd, and the attention weren't for the fight itself. They were for everything Tyson has given to the sport over decades. One thing is clear, Mike Tyson remains a force in the boxing world, both in influence and inspiration. Critics can debate the technical aspects of his fight, but the story that emerged is about more than punches. It's about resilience, determination, and the respect he has earned over the years. This fight may have marked the end of Tyson's time in the ring, but his legacy continues to inspire athletes and fans alike. From the praise of Sylvester Stallone to the support of his fans, Tyson's ability to captivate audiences remains unmatched. While this chapter may be closed, Tyson's name will forever be tied to the heart and soul of boxing. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.